6 a.m. on a crisp Sunday morning. Steam rising from my coffee mug as I stared out the kitchen window, watching Eleanor Hargrove's bulldozer tear into my great-grandfather's 90-year-old stone bridge. Each massive limestone block, hand-carved during the Great Depression, crumbled into Willow Creek Lake like shattered pieces of her family's past. No notice, no legal papers, just her raw ambition to snatch my Lakeside property for her fancy resort expansion. I bolted outside in my pajamas, shouting at the top of my lungs. She cracked her luxury SUV window, flashed a smug grin, and said, "Should have played by the rules, Mr. Harlan." The diesel fumes burned my eyes, my hands trembled, and my mug hit the ground, shattering like my heart. She just erased 3 generations of Harlan memories. But folks like her always underestimate the quiet ones. 48 hours later, her multi-million-dollar Lakeside dream lay in ruins. The lake itself drained of trust, her empire shuttered. How far would you go to protect what's yours? My name's Jack Harlan, and I've spent a lifetime standing up to tyrants. The Army drilled that into me, and losing my wife Emily to cancer 2 years back showed me what truly matters. But nothing braced me for the storm that was Eleanor Hargrove. Imagine Willow Creek Lake on a flawless September dawn, mist drifting over the water like whispers from the past, loons echoing their eerie calls, the sharp scent of pine needles heating in the early sun. My great-grandfather Jeremiah chose this spot in 1934, seeing echoes of the Scottish Highlands in its rugged beauty. He snapped up 15 acres of prime lakeside for pennies compared to today's prices. That stone bridge linking our mainland to the family island? Jeremiah built it himself during those hard times. Every 200-pound block quarried, shaped, and set like a puzzle that withstood 9 decades of blizzards, floods, and kids' dumb pranks. Jump ahead to now. I'm raising my 16-year-old daughter Sophie solo, scraping by on custom woodworking gigs and my veteran's pension. We're not swimming in cash, but the land's ours outright. In a world where everything's commodified and torn down for profit, this place holds real value. Then Eleanor Hargrove slithered in. About 18 months ago, this West Coast real estate shark swooped on the old Thompson estate, paid cash, of course, and maneuvered herself into president of the Oak Ridge Estates HOA. Picture a 48-year-old with the polished look of a magazine ad, sleek white SUV, crisp white jackets, teeth like polished marble, and the charm of a coiled viper in winter. Her crown jewel, the Willow Creek Resort and Spa, a $4.2 million faux rustic haven meant to fleece wealthy urbanites. Glamping with all the bells and whistles, like gourmet meals and reliable internet. The kicker? Her grand opening was set for Tuesday, just 72 hours after she raised my bridge. 200 VIPs booked, press lined up, $1.2 million in deposits pocketed from folks who think roughing it means no valet. But Eleanor had a layout issue. Her vision, boat excursions, lakeside dining, panoramic views, demanded full shoreline control. And whose 15 acres plunked right in her path? Mine. She started sweet. $400,000 for my slice of heaven. Tempting, but undervalued by half. I turned her down flat, maybe with a chuckle. Sweet turned sour fast. Suddenly, my spotless yard was a blight. Gee, RAS a half-inch over code. Dock unsafe despite a fresh county pass. Workshop too loud during daylight hours. My favorite, a $50 ticket for my black mailbox when everyone around was the same. 6 months of nonstop harassment. Daily citations that'd make a drill sergeant blush. Pop-up inspections with her tape measure and notepad, sniffing for infractions like a bloodhound. Anonymous tips to health officials about phantom septic woes. Mine was newer than hers. It got personal with Sophie. HOA kids grilling her at school. Why's your dad such a holdout? Can't he just go along? Nothing fires me up like threats to my girl. Fines piled to $15,000. I wouldn't budge because Afghanistan taught me, yield to bullies, and they devour everything. Friday's ultimatum sealed it. Eleanor labeled my bridge an illegal obstruction to emergency water access. 30 days to dismantle or else. I talked to a lawyer. She caught wind and flipped, fearing delays with tanker launch. So, Saturday night, she went rogue. Sunday dawn, while I cheered Sophie at her soccer game, Eleanor shelled out cash to bulldoze 90 years of legacy. The call hit at 6:47 a.m., right as Sophie nailed her penalty kick. Mrs. Evelyn's voice quivered. "Jack, hurry home. They're wrecking your bridge." I'd heard blasts in war zones, but the grind of that machine echoed like a death knell, stones plunging into the lake with final thuds. The 20-minute drive dragged like eternity, my knuckles white on the wheel. Pulling up, there she was by her spotless SUV, sipping a fancy latte, snapping pics like a sightseer at a demolition derby. The crew looked sheepish. Even the operator eyed me apologetically. Diesel stink mixed with stone dust, choking the air. I charged over in my casual gear, shorts, and Sophie's team tee. "What in God's name are you doing?" She didn't glance up. "Safety removal, Mr. Harlan. You should have sold when I asked." "You have no right." "Actually, I do." She shoved a paper at me, smug as ever. Emergency demolition permit. Claimed it was a hazardous commercial pier. I wanted to crumple it, but military red tape had schooled me. Overconfident docs often hide flaws. I dialed the sheriff. Deputy Ramirez arrived late, skimmed it, and shrugged. "Seems legit. Civil issue. Call your attorney." By noon, the bridge was rubble at the lake bottom. Eleanor's exit line: "Defy the board again at your peril, Mr. Harlan." But fate sent a savior in Mrs. Evelyn, 78, retired county clerk with a memory like a vault. She showed at 2 p.m. with a fat folder, eyes gleaming. "She's made a costly blunder," she said, fanning papers on my table. First up, the permit described a unsafe commercial dock. But my bridge? Private, residential, inspected clean 18 months back. She falsified a government form. Mrs. Evelyn beamed. "My old man always said liars and details hide bigger sins." Spot on for permit sheets. She wasn't done. Over jasmine tea that smelled like triumph, she revealed Eleanor's resort environmental app. The 2024 map? No bridge, pristine shore. But the 2023 plans showed it clear as day. She omitted it on purpose. Federal offense. Permits demand full disclosure within 500 feet. My dad had hammered that feds don't play with eco-docs. Her final checks Monday, 7 a.m., Mrs. Evelyn noted. One flaw, and it's over. The clock ticked. 48 hours to implode her world. Sunday night, Sophie and I pored over permits like detectives. She inherited Emily's eagle eye for errors. "Dad, dates are off," she spotted. Submission March 15th, 2024. Survey April 3rd. Backdating, bureaucrat's nightmare. At 9 p.m., Mrs. Evelyn texted, Channel 7 now. Headline: HOA head accused of strong-arming inspector. Eleanor had tried bribing Inspector Harris early, then his wife with a catering gig. He recorded it, went public, rushed checks scream, cover up. Sophie dug into Eleanor's socials, stress posts about obstructive neighbors and envy of success. I rang Laura Mendoza, my estate lawyer turned eco-expert. "This is felony land," she said after scans. "Green fraud. FBI eats these up for headlines. Permits like codes. Honest slip, redo, deliberate hide, jail time." Monday 6 a.m. Geared up, I scoped the resort from afar. Plan said 47 rooms. I counted 52 windows. Unauthorized expansion. Worse. Septic for 94 guests max, but 52 rooms meant overflow. Sewage into the lake? Thermos coffee sharp, as I called Mrs. Evelyn. That's instant halt. No appeals. At 8 a.m., county office. Complaint, pick stocks. Clerk Patterson whistled. Triggers probe. Stop work now. 8:15 a.m. Eleanor's inspection underway, her hovering like a hawk. My phone. Laura confirming order. From my vantage, Harris answered a call, face-dropping. He told Eleanor. She erupted, gesturing wildly, citing her watch. Harris packed up, left. She grabbed his arm. Bad move. He recoiled, said something cutting. By 10 a.m., she defied it, calling crews back. Ballsy or dumb. Laura, $50,000 daily fines. Calling state. I filmed as environmental cops rolled in, cargo pants, stern faces. Eleanor shifted from bossy to frantic. By noon, yellow tape ringed the site like a quarantine. Her empire, DOA. Monday afternoon, Sophie burst in with her laptop. Dad, I skipped math for this. Eleanor's broke. Filing showed $8 million debt across projects. Her resort? Bridge loan, high interest, repay short-term via openings. Miss Wednesday deadline, $4.2 million due. Personal guarantee on her mansion. Fail, lose all. Coffee went cold as it sank in. Her rush wasn't ego. It was survival. Laura called at 4 p.m. Insurance probe found she claimed my authorization for demo. Lie, turning it criminal fraud. Insurers hunt fraud like hounds. Sophie added, $1.2 million deposits spent already. Mrs. Evelyn at 6 p.m. Appeal denied. 90 days min probe. Maybe years if pollution. Tomorrow, VIP refunds. Wednesday, loan crunch. She'd lit her own fuse. Tuesday, 5 a.m., workshop council. Laura with legals, Mrs. Evelyn with tea, Dr. Clara Thompson with history. We're toppling a syndicate, I said. Laura, fraud stack, eco, insurance, historic wreck, rights abuse. Mrs. Evelyn, patterns thrill feds. Dr. Thompson, bridge as Depression-era Scottish relic, 2 others landmarked. Federal crime against heritage. Mrs. Evelyn, HOA harassment on vets? Discrimination suit. Sophie texted, media wants you. GoFundMe at $50,000. Dr. Thompson's petition, 400 signatures for charges, county backing. Laura, restore to original, demo resort, $2 million cleanup plus fines. Combined hits, bankruptcy, prison up to 5 years. No more HOA gigs. By 8 a.m., site taped, investigators swarming. Dr. Thompson, she erased history. Now hers is infamous. Tuesday, 6 a.m., coffee as Eleanor's SUV screeched in. She paced her taped lot. Phone frantic, desperate pleas audible. 7 a.m., feds in black SUVs. She gestured, checked watch, body language crumbling. Then idiocy, pulled checkbook, offered bribe. Officer backed off, radioed. Laura called, bribery confirmed, stayed en route. She yelled next, worse. Police, news crews arrived. Her Sunday stealth, now Tuesday spectacle. Sophie, justice for Jack viral, 2M views. GoFundMe, $200,000, big donor hates, HOAs. 10 a.m., she tried entering. Feds barred her. Noon, bankers posted foreclosures. Loan defaulted. Wednesday, Laura, she called investigator home, $100,000 bribe, recorded. Racketeering probe. 10 a.m., health testers found septic leaks, bacteria 20x safe. Lake signs, no swim/fish. 2 p.m., marshal seized all. Mansion, SUV accounts. Towed her ride. Sophie, GoFundMe, $400,000, Doku offer. 4 p.m., Mrs. Evelyn, $2 million federal cleanup, plans for community center on site. Historic grant for bridge rebuild. HOA dissolved, embezzlement found. Friday courthouse, media frenzy, signs for justice. Gallery packed. Eleanor in orange, shackled. Judge Elizabeth Hayes, charges read, fraud, bribery, embezzlement, racketeering. Plea, not guilty. DA Anna Pierce played tapes. Eleanor's rants against stupid vets bridge, eco laws. Outburst in court, confessed. Bail denied. 8 years, $2.4 million restitution. 6 months on, lake clean, center rising. Jeremiah Harlan Memorial Bridge rebuilt, stronger. Sophie teaching stonework. Festival draws 10K. Dr. Thompson's HOA reforms. 3 laws for transparency. Mrs. Evelyn documents for prosecutors nationwide. Laura heads eco-crimes. Center, sustainable, educational. 3 years later, story inspires nationwide. Emmy Doc, GoFundMe funds 47 states. Sophie in Eco Law School. On the bridge at sunset. Sophie, what if you'd sold? Some legacies aren't for sale. She tried erasing us, made us unbreakable. Loons called over restored waters. Her greed birthed community triumph. What do you think? Would you have sold out or fought tooth and nail? Share your worst HOA nightmare in the comments, especially how it ties into broader issues of injustice and abuse of power in everyday life. Take a stand. Do these stories highlight hidden violence in systems meant to protect us? Let me know your views below.